not your mother, my mother.
Your mother.
Yeah.
when
That's
she-
her grandmother.
Yeah,
Carla.
right.
Your mother and Mary, my sister, my daughter, my
Mary, your sister,
Sister
and
Mary.
Blanchie.
always was with your mother. And I was with Blanchie and her boyfriend. And we would go to church and we'd ride in the buggy and old horses, you know. And it was funny. Your
Dad and mother. He was dating her. Weren't they the ones that upset?
yeah.
In the water.
They upset in
The buggy.
couldn't get over the bridge, and the rain had rained so hard, and the bridge was covered with water, and they let my sister Blanche, they let the horse go itself. They left the lines loose and let the horse
Oh,
pick
no.
the way, and Charlotte. They were guiding it. So the poor old thing, the horse missed the bridge, and the buggy upset.
Oh,
And
no.
they didn't know, and they went into the water, and Charlotte's hat was floating, and Aunt Mary, my sister Mary, her hat was floating in the water, and oh, it was funny.
They probably came
We
to
were-
church, didn't they? Was
Huh?
it church? Where had they been? Church?
Were they going to church or coming home from
Was
church?
they coming home from
They
church?
were coming home.
Oh, well, that's better. Where they were going.
They were coming home.
Wow.
Yeah, that was funny.
And another time at my mother and father's,
I can see them yet going over the bridge.
Grandpa had to drive me. So Dad said, "Well, I can't take you to church today," and Mother said she couldn't go then. So Dad said, "But you can go take the horse and buggy." So Betty and Fran and I are going down the Ridge Road, that high.
Back there.
Yeah, and we're just so happy that we're getting a ride, because sometimes we'd walk those 3 miles to church.
You guys had good legs. You too, Uncle Bill. The dater.
And we were so happy and singing, and poor old horse all of a sudden just fell down
Oh no.
on the road and smashed the whatever they had get hooked up with. Everything was all smashed. Buggy couldn't go any further. So I let the Franny, I guess, or Betty, Fran, I guess, ran over to Harrison Stanbro's, who was around not too far, less than a mile away. He came back. We were just frightened. We were so worried that the horse was going to die. And I thought, Dad will never forgive me if that horse died. That horse meant as much to him as the boat does to
Maybe more.
And when Harrison came, Harrison had worked for us, so we knew Harrison, and we were always good friends. Bless his heart, he helped us.
So what did your dad say when you got home?
Well, he was a little provoked, and he thought we hadn't driven right or something, was racing her. We
Right,
said,
so-
no, we weren't racing her, but she just tripped or something.
Collapsed.
But Dad he didn't scold or anything, but he felt hurt. Anything about his horses. If anybody whipped his horses, or if the city cousins would come and ride those horses on Sunday, he'd say, "Now I don't want you to ride so much, because those horses have to work tomorrow.
Put my
It's
feet
Saturday,
down,
Monday."
Julio. Please and thank you.
Mary Kay is trying to get Fred to know a little bit about his art.
My sister Mary.
Okay, so this would be grandma's.
My grandma and
Okay.
grandpa.
Yeah, my dad's grandparents.
And they lived on a farm.
John
And what were their
Miles.
names?
John Miles Wall.
Okay.
Minerva Eberly.
Okay.
White.
And who's the girl?
She was
And
white.
Mary.
And Mary is.
Mary was the youngest and died first.
Mary.
Mary is her sister.
There you
No, I
are.
guess Arthur died
Santa
first.
Claus.
Mary is her
Uh-huh.
sister?
Yeah.
And over
there's-
here?
Yeah, my sister Mary, and me, and Blanchie and
Charlotte, that's my grandmother. You get that, honey? Look at you.
I have 3 brothers, and none of them,
Right.
none of my brothers are there.
Yeah.
I don't have their pictures
Now, how about
in
down
here.
Uh-huh.
But they're in the albums.
Here's another old picture.
Well,
Hi. Okay.
And this is me getting stealing a kiss
Uh-huh.
behind the car.
I
well,
see.
we're gonna be going.
David, my husband,
Yeah.
Davy
We're gonna
Crawford.
be leaving next
Uh-huh.
this Thursday.
And this is Aunt Ethel's daughter.
Yeah, that's my daughter,
Uh-huh.
Karen, Dotty,
Dotty.
and her husband.
Uh-huh.
And they both sing.
Uh-huh.
They sing in church.
Janet's
Uh-huh.
both going and coming.
And this is Davy and me.
Uh-huh.
Nice to be
And this
Yeah.
is
here in the summer.
Karen
Karen.
and her
It might be
husband,
hotter
Cleve.
there.
Uh-huh.
It's so cool in the
Now where does she live?
She lives in Clearwater.
Okay.
Some have
Uh-huh.
fans.
She lives in Clearwater.
Oh.
And so does,
I want to look at this. I think I've seen her a long time ago. It's been-
We changed pictures around.
I was
like-
gonna
Uh-huh.
say,
Cleve.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
and Daisy, their little girl. They've got a daughter.
Uh-huh. Uh,
And that's over there.
Cheryl?
That's
Yeah. That's you.
Cheryl and me
Uh-huh.
and Dottie.
Oh, that's nice. That's great. Are you getting a glare on it, honey?
And this is their house.
That. Mm-hmm. That's great. Here, maybe Aunt Dot.
Someplace.
Don't ask me to look for it, Grandma.
To
Yeah,
have.
you know why Fran and Betty have so many of those? Because when Mother moved from
Uh-huh.
Huntington, then they were all in there.
Oh, that's a great picture there. Barb. And then there's my sister Becky. I can't find
Where's
her.
Becky?
I'm looking for her too. Let's see. She's
Maybe
right
she
here.
took the picture.
Becky and her husband Al.
Thank you.
Yes, I remember.
And they have 3 children. They have a son that's almost 16, and then a daughter that she was in my wedding, Bethany, and then another son. Where's
Oh
he?
my,
Jonathan.
We're gonna take them
So they
over
have 3
there, so
children.
I don't want you to
And then
spoil
there's
it.
my brother Bill. You remember Bill?
Yes,
And his wife Carol.
Cheryl.
They
yes.
don't have any
These
children.
are,
Yeah, he works in a factory.
This
He's
is
like a
Janet's little
mechanic.
girl. She's
Oh.
He does a lot of
She
work
had a
fixing
Western
everything for
birthday.
him. And then David.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Remember David and his wife? They had a special
And then
partner wedding. They
That was
shared a
for the
special
daytime.
about their
Then
own
the
marriage.
family took
They're
her out
wonderful.
to
We really
a dinner,
and they have 2
and this is
real
how she
precious
had
boys,
dressed.
Nathaniel and
This is
Benji.
Janet's husband.
Oh.
And that's the oldest
And then there's Sarah,
son, Janet.
and that's her husband Mike.
Mike
That
before.
is. She was all dressed up like Cinderella that day. That's a neat cheese grinder. Oh,
Oh, I love
is that
that.
an old
That is old.
style? That's really neat.
And they still make them, but
What do you have to say about your omelets?
they're good.
How long you been making these?
When little came to Connecticut.
Uh-huh.
When you came to Connecticut that time, didn't I have the neighbor's house and you, the whole family,
think
and you, grandma, we had, you brought grandma to Miller, and she stayed over with me.
Huh.
And you were all in that house. There were 8 of yours because your aunt.
You took an undertaking to have all of us, Aunt Dottie.
And,
Wow.
you know, your aunt that lives, your mother's sister. What's her name?
Aunt Parka.
Huh? She came too.
You did have an undertaking to have all. Wow.
There were 2 cars of you.
Uh-huh.
Because Aunt Parker came and drove too.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And you had all of it. Because I couldn't put up that many in one house. And I could have,
your
but,
neighbors.
We had just a little hotel.
Oh, wow. Wow.
but 8 was a little more. We've
Yeah.
often had, now before, I know
Well, you only had how many bedrooms?
3.
3. Okay.
Uh-huh. But then we had the sofa bed that opened
that's
up
right. I think I remember
downstairs.
sleeping in that.
Yeah, and I know once before, when there weren't so many of you came, then we had you all at our
Uh-huh.
house.
Yeah.
But since the Weirs were away,
It
and
worked
they
out.
knew, they just turned over. And I remember your dad and mother bought them. They didn't have a step can where you drop the garbage in
Uh-huh.
and the waste paper and stuff. So that was a gift they
So
left. But
Down here?
they would go hunting, they would set traps for the skunks. And they'd get so much for the skunk hide.
Pelts.
And then sometimes they'd go out and get skunks out of the traps, and that odor would still be on them, and they'd come into the school, not only Bob and Tom, but that a lot of all the boys seemed
Little
to be,
farmer boys there.
farmer boys did that. Oh, sometimes in that school it just smelled terrible. And the poor teacher, she wouldn't know what to make of it.
No.
Well, she was a farmer girl.
And of course, we girls, we didn't like that either.
Yeah.
Sometimes she'd have to send the boys out, send them
smells
back
so
home, change your clothes, take a bath.
Oh, wow.
You know the story I often tell about Dottie's dad. On the farm, they had a room down on the first floor, right next to
The birthing room.
the living room, and they called it the birthing room. That's where all the farmers' wives had their babies. And
Cause you could go out to the
And Dottie's
stove
father-
and keep warm.
was born there. Dottie was born there. All of her brothers and sisters were born there.
No, Betty was born upstairs.
Betty was not. But anyway,
She never made it, huh?
you know where that room is. It's kind of a junk room now.
Yeah. Do they have a piano in there? Or is it the room
Yeah,
beside
they did
it?
have for a while, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, when Grandpa died, 91 years old, he died on the front porch on a little deacon's bench within 10 feet
the
of where he
church.
came into the world.
Huh.
It was all that beautiful farm out there in front of him.
Huh.
You know?
Did he die of just old age?
Yeah, just he.
Hearts just stopped.
Yeah, mother was down working on the roses.
Uh-huh.
She like me, she had her flowers down there. And they'd had supper, and the men were still out doing the boys were out still doing something. But Dad, he was pretty old then. He had been around. He had lost his teeth that day.
False teeth.
He had false teeth, and it bothered him, so he stuck them in his vest pocket. But he wore a little vest. It was still chilly, and it was May, and he couldn't find his teeth. He worried all day about his teeth. So after supper, Mother was down there doing something with her roses, and getting it done. And he says, "Charlotte, could you come up? I guess I have a little heartburn or something is bothering me, and I need a little cup of hot peppermint tea. It will help me." So Mother came up and made him his peppermint tea, and she was sitting
Had he
out.
been ill before that? or this
No,
was all-
well, he had
But he was
like,
very frail. You know.
Yeah.
His heart was
Yeah.
but he
slowing.
had a bad case of flu that winter
Uh-huh.
and that spring, and he wasn't really completely over it. But anyway, he had been out and around. He was down and hunted the eggs and walked around. He was fine that day, except he couldn't find his teeth. And he sat there with Mother, and he would sip his little peppermint tea while she was there with him. All of a sudden, he just put his head over, and that was it.
Went to sleep, see?
How peacefully. does
Yeah,
David
on
die?
the bed, on the, where
Wow.
just outside the window where he was born. And the funny part was, when Mother had some Franny and Betty, he and I stayed downstairs with Dad, and then the two boys had Bob and Tom had their room, and Mother had the two little ones upstairs with her, and I was down with Dad. And in the winter, we didn't open the windows very high, because boy, it would just freeze up, and if it snowed, but you couldn't even see out. And anyway, but that window was never that way, because the porch protected it.
Well, one of the reasons it got so cold, because while they had central heat, that heat only heated the very center part of the house, you know.
Right.
So,
That's
yeah,
just a
in our room.
big old
But
chunks of it.
anyway, Dad, we'd get a little fresh air. Didn't matter, on the farm, you had to always put your window up.
Well, that must be where Dad has learned that, because he still does that.
Oh, yeah. You always
Well,
put
listen to the rest of it.
So I'm in bed with Dad, and he keep me warm too. But all of a sudden, Dad says, "Dotty, did you wet something? Did you wet the bed today?" He says, "There's something wet down there." A mother cat had come in and had the baby kittens
Oh,
in
no.
bed with us.
she was looking for a warm place to have her kittens, you see.
She got it under the cover and had her babies.
She had them between Grandpa's legs.
He would play with me. I said, no, Dad, I didn't wet the bed. We uncovered it, there were the baby kittens. I'll never forget that.
The place warm.
And oh, I'll tell you, all these funny things that happened.
Your life was eventful. Wow, wow.
But the farm was a great place.